see. Alright, I'm live. Yeah, I'm live. Okay. Welcome in, everybody. I cannot see chat right now. I don't know why. Let me fix that and get it so I can see it. There we go. Smeth heads unite. This background doesn't look like the work of hobbyists to me. Well, we'll have to find out for ourselves. Hold on, Rez is calling me. I want to change my hat. The shade of dark green didn't match the shirt. Okay, let's see.
I'm doing this because I don't know what's going on. Just like the video. Shut the fuck up. We're not fighting. I don't do fights. You know that.
Hello. I can hear you. I'm live. I'm live too.
I've been live. How are you?
Good. I'm going to turn my camera on. Discord might crash. Nope,
Okay,
it didn't.
And then we can just like reset it and it'll be fine. All right,
Yeah.
Let me get everything set up perfectly so that way it's not like fucked up. That way I can give you the visual whatever that everybody likes. And the joys and hello.
Hello.
You're blue. How are you?
Good.
This isn't a debate. I'm saying that right now. I've had like a few people come in and be like, debate Smeth, and I'm like, no, I'm not debating Smeth. I don't want to debate Smeth. I just want to talk and have a chat because like I just do. Like I just do. One, because we haven't had one. We said we were going to a while ago, then we didn't. And two, I don't know, I just do chats. Like I don't like try to debate like hardcore about shit. You know what I mean?
Debating is honestly it's all fucking same. Yeah, it is.
It's not productive, right? Like the thing is, it's like I think that like what I'm seeing is that there is a general I think generally speaking, you are having a discordant understanding to everybody around you, and then the same thing is happening. I think there's just like a miscommunication that's occurring. And I want to explore that with you for a little bit and get your thoughts on it and go from there.
All right, sounds good to me.
Cool, excellent. All right, perfect. So, first off, how was your day? Did you just get off work and now you're like, settling into like the hardcore, like, doing a long form tonight?
Good. I've been doing chores because I got company coming over in a couple days. For about a week.
Oh, in about a week. All right, that's
for about a week. So.
Oh, that sounds terrible. I could not imagine being around human beings for more than like 4 days at a time. I hate my life, so I hate that. So, all right, fair. That's fun.
I feel like I bullied you, by the way, last time we talked. Well, mildly. I mean, okay, so So a second ago, I was accused of being a bully because I admitted that I bully people. And last time I talked to you, I did bully you. Like I said a hyperbole about you that's not true. I would absolutely be friends with you. You're the type of person I would be friends with. You're a friendly guy. Like most people probably would. But I said because I was trying to spice up the panel, I said I wouldn't be friends with anybody on this panel except for these two people. And then you said why, and I was like, because you said you feel like you could only trust your cats. And I thought it was a funny thing to say. I didn't mean it. I was bullying you.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. That's not bullying, though.
Okay.
Right?
Well, if you thought it was, if you thought it was bullying, I would own it. Mm-hmm. But that's what I was getting at when I said that, because people are calling me a bully now. Okay, Doe, Doe. Doe. What is her? She's I think she's Demon Mama's girlfriend. Okay, so this Twitter thing has got like Doe retweeted my thing and she's like, stop bullying people. She doesn't know what's going on, but like I explained what it was. I gave her an explanation and then she deleted the post and she said all right, but which is like really cool. But it's just like people like I'm being framed as a bully for all of a sudden. And I mean, do you think I'm a bully? Because like I don't think if people are framing me as a bully, like how is this not an example of Darvo in action?
Well, what do you define bullying as, if I might ask? Mostly it's like, I personally, I don't think you're a bully, but I also don't really think people on the internet are bullies. Like, generally speaking, like, mostly because it's like, yeah, most of the time you log off or ignore people, they get bored eventually and they just leave, right? A bully, I feel, is like going to target you over long periods of time and make sure that you never live shit down ever. But like, again, disengagement doesn't feed them, so like, I wouldn't say that that's bullying. I think mostly it's riffing, right? Like, I would even say Chud calling you a hobbyist was him riffing on you.
It was not bullying. It was not bullying. It was absolutely not bullying, and I freaked out, and it's embarrassing. But like, yeah, it really is. But I mean, I still don't agree with him calling me a bully, and I freaked out. But like, he wasn't really being that mean.
Yeah, no, like, God, no.
The reason
you up quite a bit, right?
The reason
can we, before we move forward, what do you think bullying is?
I think the definition here that I googled, that it works for me perfectly, is. But I do also, I would also, like, I think of it as like a pattern. Like, one act isn't necessarily bullying.
Also, your audio is echoing on your stream, just so that you're aware. My chat just told me that.
Is it?
Apparently. Maybe they're bullying you and just trying to fuck with your audio, right? It's possible. All right.
There's an echo. Okay, someone's saying it here too. It's an artistic choice. No, it's not. Okay. Why is that echoing?
I mean, I could theoretically make my stuff echo. We could just do a full-on echo.
I figured it out.
We could have some fun with that.
My camera. It was my camera picking it up.
Oh, no shit. Okay, yeah. That
okay.
sucks.
Anyway, yeah. Sometimes.
All right.
Bullying is.
So definition bullying. Go that. Right?
To seek harm, intimidate, or coerce someone perceived as vulnerable.
Okay. So then, is that the definition that you're working through? And do you think that that is consistent?
It's the main one that comes up when you Google bullying.
Yeah, I understand that, right? Like, you're Googling it now. Would you say that, like, when you were using this previously,
yes,
like, I'm just going to bring up the tweets. If this was,
yes.
like, I guess, consistent with
yes.
that definition.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And not only that, but I had an epiphany. Because I Googled this a little bit earlier, and I had an epiphany. All of the shit that Max, Mr. Girl, was saying, like, about abuse, like, and it was like, you're not talking about abuse. He was being way too vague. What he was really talking about was bullying. And, like, if he had said bullying, I think it would have made more sense.
Do you think it's bullying to see somebody do something that is self-harm, which I would say, I was called a hobbyist by renowned asshole Chud Logic. That post, what was my response? What was my response that I accidentally ratioed you on? I did not mean to do that.
It's fine.
Like, I got more likes. I fucking hate Twitter. Twitter Blue unlimited characters was a mistake, right?
Yeah.
And because I look at that post as like some level of self-harm, right?
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Okay.
Right? This was, I don't know if anybody else can relate to this. And I mean, I don't really need to say this, like, but like, did you ever post something or like text somebody or like say something to someone at literally like 4 in the morning? No, like I had only slept for 2 hours and I woke up again and I saw that clip and I was like, ugh, and I just like typed this fucking thing. But like, I don't agree that I'm a hobbyist, but like that I think I was being really, I was freaking out. But the reason I freaked out, and he can fucking call me a hobbyist all he wants. Okay, just to be clear,
I would call myself a hobbyist. Yeah,
I wouldn't call myself a hobbyist. I think it's clear now. I think that's established that I wouldn't call myself a hobbyist.
I think. Let me say this before we go down the hobbyist thing. I think you're a content creator. And it is currently at the level of hobbyist, right? Because it is not, you have another job, I'm assuming, right?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
Do you just subsist off of internet stuff?
Right now, I'm subsisting off of savings.
Okay. All right. Okay, so like,
which is why I'm so offended. Like I'm really, I mean, I'm going fucking crazy. What the hell am I doing with my life? But I mean, people, I don't, it is what it is, but
So, but like you realize, like, so you're subsisting off of savings. So realistically, you are subsisting off of a previous job or
Yes.
income, right? So, like, you're not. It's not a profession. A profession would be actions that we take that provide us money to do what we need to do to live, right?
But I
Like,
want it to be. I want it to be a profession, and I'm making a commitment.
Okay.
So
all right.
it's just just when I hear hobby, what I think. So I understand that people define hobby as just something you do that you don't make everything in your life that you do that you don't make money for. It's automatically a hobby, and I just think that that's stupid. And what I define a hobby as is something that you do for fun in your pastime. And I don't do this for fun in my pastime. And if I was only doing this for fun, I probably wouldn't even be talking to you. I would probably be like doing like some stupid like artistic thing nobody cares about. But like I'm not just doing it for fun because I'm trying to make. So it's just doesn't feel like a hobby.
That we're not having fun here, Smeth.
Well, I mean, I'd rather talk to you than a lot of other things. But I mean, I'm just saying like.
Yeah. So, but here's like the thing, though, right? Do you think that so Van Gogh never made a cent during his lifetime, right?
Right,
doing
exactly.
art.
Was he a hobbyist?
Would you consider him a hobbyist?
No, absolutely not.
Right. So, but like by this, like some of these like definitionals that like we're working through, right? Like he's kind of a hobbyist. It's not his profession. It's just a thing.
But the only reason to call him a hobbyist is to just try to discredit him.
But that's not true at all, right? It depends on like how you interpret it. You can take hobbyist to be a negative thing. For me, I look at it as like flavor, right? Like I look at like streaming, it's a hobby, right? This is something that gives me value. It gives me intrigue. It allows me to go ahead and have, I get some nominal amount of money from like subs and bits and donos and shit like that allow me to spend time reading, crafting like little news articles. Like I would not be able to be as well knowledge about like the situation in Ukraine, a myriad of just different topics that like I copiously write notes about, right? I wouldn't be able to be as knowledge, right? But this is still a hobby. It's just that like I have like this subsistence that is helping me fuel me doing other things through this hobby, right?
Right, it's just not how I define it. But I mean, I don't care.
So
I guess maybe
like
I'm even wrong, but I just don't like it. And
no,
so that's
don't like the word hobbyist.
I think the only reason to do it is to be dismissive. But the other thing is and so like I said, Chud. So I was trying to say Chud can call me a hobbyist. All he wants is I've made it fucking clear that I don't think it. So what? I don't fucking care. I'm not trying to start drama with Chud either. The thing, everybody fucking comes into this thing trying to start drama with me because they're bullies because they see me as vulnerable making a schizo post. And but I don't think I can bully Chud. I'm not even he's not vulnerable to me in any way whatsoever. I just make myself look like a retarded asshole. So
I think Chud is vulnerable. I think he's very
vulnerable. From me,
everyone is vulnerable. Right. And I think that you have the ability to exploit that vulnerability just as well as anyone else.
Yeah, but I don't think I was doing that. Or maybe I said shit. I said shit about him.
You're not a fucking scumbag.
Right.
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 Okay. So like
I try not to be.
Here's the thing. Everyone has vulnerabilities, right? Like that's just it. Like
wait, I wanted to say something. I wanted to say what the reason that it freaked me out is because I've seen Chud call people hobbyists and he didn't even do this with me, but I've seen him do it in a very dismissive way with a lot of people in the past. Like, and I don't know what his whole beef with like Will and his channel. They seem to really, really hate each other. But he does this. I really don't. But like I've seen him do this, like do the hobbyist thing with Will to be dismissive, and then the other day I saw him there was some fucking drama, I don't even remember, but like there was some smaller people involved, and he goes, well, before we continue looking at their opinion, let's go look at their viewer numbers. And then he looks and he's like, see, these are just hobbyists. They don't even deserve to have an opinion, that kind of thing. And it's just like, oh, well, then if you use the word hobbyist like that, and then you call me a hobbyist, that freaks me out. And I'm like, because every time I see that, I'm like, well, I'm smaller. What if he does this to me?
Yeah, but like, so in the same note, if I'd be like, oh, look at this fucking asshole, right? Or if I said, you're a fucking asshole, right? There's a difference in tonality, and like, that's kind of like there is a difference in tonality. Like Chud's not calling you a rat, right? He's not calling you a little sneezely little rat, right? Like he does with Will. And the reason he does it with Will is because Will said that he was leaving a community and then keeps dipping his toes back in. He condescends to people constantly, right? And like even like in Chud's like re-criticism of you later, I don't think he's
no. He was very kind. He was very gracious to me, like because I was an asshole to him. So I appreciate that, but I still don't fucking think I'm a hobbyist. Okay. So,
so like you're just hung up on this word, but like the word, it's not like it's not like it's, you know, there are different connotations, right? Like if I say like, you know, you're a hobbyist, right? And like, you know, it's like the same as calling you an artist. Like you can take this to mean what it means. I feel like you're taking offense to this idea that you're a hobbyist because you have a negative idea of what being a hobbyist is, and that's not necessarily what that's supposed to mean. It's supposed to say, hey, there are different levels, right? Where like you do the internet shit, like you go on panels, right? Because you just enjoy doing them. Then like maybe you then you're just like a chatter or a panelist, right? Then you level up and then like you start streaming, you get a few people to watch you. Then you're a hobbyist. Then there's like some steps that go from like hobbyist to like profession, some of them which involve you showing your asshole on a camera, right? Which
I mean, I don't care. I understand that people don't agree with me in the definition. I just don't. Yeah. I don't feel that way. I feel like it's.
So, but here's the thing, though. You are having a reaction to people using their words to say a certain thing, and you're
okay. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like people aren't having the conversation we're having now with me on Twitter. What people are saying is like people are telling me when I respond to them, when you tell me what you just said, and then when I just say what I said, then they're gonna tell me that like they are like committed to me. Like, no, you're a fucking hobbyist. Like so like we have a different of an opinion here. So like, why do you want to put me down? Like, it's obvious you're using it as a put down. So why don't you just like fucking like so clearly it is a put down. I think that this whole thing has proven to me that that's the way people are using it.
Okay, so but here's the thing, though. You started off this conversation by calling a guy a renowned asshole, which is a put down, right? Yes. Like if you come out aggressive and people respond to you aggressively, right? Like you have to like understand that flavor is going to flavor what the interaction is. Or you're like, if you were to make a post that says, I was called a hobbyist by Irrational Chad due to my low viewer count, on my live streams when he was covering my stream for content on his channel. You then went ahead and criticized the type of content that he does.
But the criticism that I did, the criticism I gave of his content is criticism. He's said about his own content pretty much. He has like so. But I mean, I was being a dick about it. But
yes.
Yeah, but
you too, and then
but also what I put in there, I think is important to note. I put in there that I'll never be as big as him or as popular as him. He has like way more growth potential than I do, because I'm not gonna do the type of I'm not gonna like I
think you're just doing the one thing that I hate about you, and this is something I've always wanted to talk to you about. I hate how dismissive you are of yourself, because I think it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But continue with what you're saying.
I'm totally happy growing big. I expect to grow a lot bigger, but I don't think that I'll ever be someone with I don't expect to be someone with like consistent like 5,000 viewers. Like he's not that yet, but the reason is because I don't stream constantly, and all my streams are scheduled, and I want to have planned scheduled things. And I think that means I might have videos that'll get like high views, but I don't expect to have high viewership on streams, because I'm not going to ever do the very consistent streams, and I'm not going to have, because I don't want to do react content. It just doesn't interest me, so I am never gonna, because that's if you want to do the consistent stream, you have to do that.
Yeah, but so then you're in a totally different, branch of like conversation. Yes. Like you're not even in the same market, right? But even within that, you're going ahead and comparing yourself towards something you don't want to do,
Well, no, that's the thing. No, I said that we're not comparable in that post, and the reason that I said that is because he was the one comparing me to him, because he was the one saying I'm just a hobbyist. But no, I'm starting to say I'm something different.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so all right, so in this post, I'm going to do it real quick. Like to remind him that we're nothing alike as content creators. Content will never be as popular. Why are you diminishing your content and its popularity? This is the one thing that that I was like, you're doing like this effort post to just like self-harm, right? You diminish your popularity from the second line of that paragraph, right? Because my content is much higher effort and takes more time to produce, and yet I'll do it anyways. I'd rather work any media labor job.
This part's the mean. This part is the mean part. I don't even want to hear it. It's so mean.
Okay, well then we're gonna do it anyways.
Okay,
that way
okay.
You can understand why when people are being an asshole to you and you start calling them, occasionally you have called people bullies during this. That's true.
Yes.
Right?
But I don't think that I don't think that you can call me a bully to Chud. You're saying
during this.
You're saying that, yeah.
If
you think that I'm a bully for this, I don't think me matches the definition to seek and
I think that
to harm and intimidate.
Okay, stop. I think if you were to call a black person the N-word, that would be a racist action, right? I don't think that it necessarily makes you ontologically a racist.
No, I don't think that this is a bullying. I don't think this is a bullying action because bullying is defined by the vulnerability of the victim, and I think that I am much more vulnerable than Chud. If you said everybody's vulnerable, yeah, everybody's vulnerable, but I don't know what the fuck his vulnerabilities are, and we having this type of interaction, it just makes me vulnerable. It doesn't.
Yeah, but here's the thing: Chud often calls himself a Smeth head, right? And even during like the big Mr. Girl overall
I don't hear him say that. I don't.
You haven't heard him say that? I've heard him say that way too. I watch too much Chud. This is a self-report. He said that he's a Smeth head. He respects a lot of the work that you do. So for you to go ahead and say this about him would probably be hurtful. I mean, even when it comes to Chud talking about the Mr. Girl stuff, right? He often talks about hey, I lost a friend, I lost this, that, and the other thing, right? I've lost a compatriot. Yes, you are doing a bully on something that probably does hurt him in some way, shape, or form.
No, I'm not going to let you take this. No, I was not bullying him. I was being an asshole. I was not fucking bullying him. It does not match the definition. The power, this is the thing that people don't fucking understand about all the max shit. Power differentials matter. And so if you want, yes, I think that when people analyze systemic issues from a power differential thing, it becomes retarded. If you say, oh, well, a white person can never be racist to a black person, a black person can never be racist to a white person.
All right.
If you say that, that's retarded because you have to go down to the individual, because not all black people have less power than white people. So, but if you go down to the individual, in this case, Chud has more power than me. It is true. This is not a weird, stupid, social analysis. This is a specific, literal analysis. Someone with a way bigger audience has way more power, and they're it's not bullying in that case. It's just, I don't think that makes any fucking sense.
I think that so would you say Chud pushed a good bit of your content? Right, like this community Twitch poll, whatever, the AGP video.
No, he didn't. He did not.
He absolutely.
The AGP video? No, I got banned from his Discord video, from that.
Not that one specifically, but
what?
Having you on to have this long conversation as your first thing, right? All we know about you is that you're from the Mr. Girl community. You have honestly one of the most creative things I've ever seen, where you have little bottles buried in shit. Right, and everything like that. You dig one up, you pull a message out of it, and everything. That shit is hyper creative. Okay, and that was a promotion that they give. Maybe not necessarily just the AGP video. Okay, let's. Yeah,
I went on his. I went on his stream one time, and I made that whole thing for him. Everything, I had references to his stream in there. So we both I do not owe him shit. Okay, like I'm friendly with him, but like you're acting like I owe him. Like I don't fucking think that now.
I'm not trying to say you owe him. No one owes anyone anything. Okay, all human interactions are transactional. You can end transactions whenever you want. That's free association. I believe in free association.
Okay, well, I'm not ending any transaction. I mean, I was an asshole. He can end it, but
all human interactions are transactional.
Yeah, right? I think that's a harmful way to. I think that is good. That's good for business. That's good for business relationships.
No, it's not. I'm spending time with you. I'm having a conversation with you, not for content. I'm not gonna fucking chop this shit up, put it on YouTube. This isn't like the like be all end all of my content. I could just fucking go cover the Ukraine situation or like some Avon Preach shit and probably do better. I'm having this conversation because I want to have this conversation. I'm spending my time with you because I find value in it that I self-determine.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Well, yes. So, okay. You can view all interactions between people as transactional, but I think that if you do that with your personal relationships, I think that it's good for business and professional and what we're doing now. But if you do that like with your girlfriend, I think that's literally going to just become abuse.
I'm just chilling with you and I'm hanging out. We're having a chat. All right. Don't look at this as business. This is why, if I'm going to be honest with you, this is why I like calling this a hobbyist thing, because I don't have to take every conversation so fucking seriously that I think that it's business. What I'm seeing is I read your fucking post. I read this long fucking post that you made. All right. Where you're obviously displaying some level of hurt. All right. Because I think that insecurity, that's a great word, because you take yourself incredibly seriously and you're taking offense to other people, like your perception that other people don't take you seriously because of a single word, which is the word hobbyist.
Right, I've already. I don't agree with the way people are using. I think that people were using it to put me down. And I think I'm being gaslit. I don't think you were. I don't think that you're. I don't think that you are using it to put me down. But I think a lot of people were just literally like putting me down and then gaslighting me and saying, "Oh, I'm not putting you down. No, it's just a word. It's not. But fuck you. You're a fucking hobbyist. I'm not putting you down." And no, I'm gonna stand up for myself. And so yeah,
it's called riffing though. Like we're just
riffing in the form of gas. Riffing in the form of gas. No, it's like I got a lot. No, you are maybe you're like a boy, but the people in the comments of that were not.
You're one of the
people.
Boys,
the people in the comments of that were mostly like really aggro and like hateful, and they just wanted to shit on me. They're people with a shitty life, and they just want to go somewhere and like take it out on somebody. That's the kind of people that were engaging, and that's the kind of people that are fucking gaslighting me.
I think that these people like you, and I think that a lot of people know that you're very capable of this, and that they're going to go ahead and they're going to be sarcastic. They're going to be a little rough around the edges. They're going to do what could be called bullying, but it's just riffing. Okay, it's like the same thing as if I call weaponized discourse, like she looks like she's from like the 1870s, and that she should get back on the plantation in the plantation house and find her boyfriend, right? Or if like I talk to Queeman and I say, yeah, you're a diminutive, fat, like no muscle, thin boy, or some shit like that, right? Like it's just going ahead, it's just poking, like it's poking at people to say, hey, if I'm going to poke at you a little bit, what that's supposed to do, it's supposed to harden you up. So when somebody has like an actual criticism of you that is supposed to be hurtful, right? You're stronger for it. That's why we do the riffing thing. Like
I don't agree.
You don't? Do you? Let me ask you this. Have you had riffing relationships with people before?
Yes.
Or no?
Yes.
Okay. Like what's like I don't know. I mean, I get called fat literally all the fucking time, right? So like, the first thing I said is I was riffing with you when I said I would never be friends with you. I was just fucking joking. I know.
So
exactly. But this is, I think a lot of people are riffing with you, and what you're doing is you're escalating the situation because you are taking a lot of this extremely personally.
Okay, so then why would they not stop then?
Because we know that if like this is why I'm having this conversation to remind you, hey, guy, it's not that serious, and we're not stopping because at this point, Smeth, you're getting a lot of people seeing how you interact in this situation. We all benefit a little bit from the circle fucking, right?
The situation is like you're acting like I'm an insane person. No, me interact like you're saying like there were people were comparing me to fucking Lav and shit, saying, oh, you're just you're just doing a cycle. Dude, I don't fucking do this all the fucking time. This is not a fucking cycle. You're just saying that because you want to fucking milk me like a fucking lol cow. Yes, and that's not riffing. That's literally bullying, or that's what Mr. Go would call abuse.
Yeah, okay.
I think when people who milk lol cows, they should probably go to jail.
Why?
Because it's horrible.
Well, okay. How is it? Okay. So, all right. People who milk lol cows should go to jail. Okay.
Yeah, people that like did shit with Chris Chan, like they should be in prison. People that go Kiwi farmers should be in prison.
Well, all right. So, like, you'd have to prove that they've committed some level of crime, and I think you could.
I would make a new law that made that whatever they're doing illegal.
Mm-hmm. So, but like the thing is, it's like you would have to go ahead and say. So this is the thing.
I don't think they're doing anything illegal.
You're saying they should be in prison, and you're not demonstrating how they would go to prison, right?
No, it's not illegal. They're not doing anything illegal. They should be in prison, though.
All right, so you think that what they're doing should be illegal. So like maybe like the translation of that isn't saying what they are doing should be illegal because it causes harm to individuals, right?
Yeah.
Rather than saying throw them in prison. Right.
Yeah, what they're doing should be illegal, and then I said because it's horrible, and the translation of that could be because it causes harm to people. It's horrible because it causes lots of harm to people. It's fucked up. People turn people on lol cows, and then they like keep them there, and they just egg them on, and they try to make them more mentally ill and fucked up, and they make them do crazy fucking things. And that's what people are trying to do when they quote unquote riffing with you, and it's not fucking riffing. They're just trying to fucking gaslight you, making you go fucking crazy. That's not okay. And so when I see people doing that, my reaction is to just say and I don't fucking go crazy. I literally will just defend myself, and I'll just say you're bullying, or I'll just literally. No, the post originally was crazy. I'm referring to the comments where when people like were getting pissed at me because I was just describing their behavior, and then people are like, I told you, like it got so big, people are calling me a bully because I was getting dogpiled by people, and people were literally bullying me, and I called them out, and they darvoed me. They're like, "You're the bully." No, you're the bully. And so now and it gets to the point where fucking Doe, someone I've never interacted with, is like, and with a big fucking like Twitter like thing, is now quote tweeting me and saying that I'm a bully. And like I'm really glad she took it back, but like that's lolcowing. That's literally like that behavior is literally unacceptable behavior. Okay. And if you do it, I'm gonna say that you're bullying. And if that freaks you out, I think you're the sensitive one.
So here's the thing, though. What you did during this whole thing is other people tried to escalate with you, right?
And then I called them bullies.
Which is an escalation.
No.
You called Zonia
scum. No.
That's an escalation. Yes, calling Zonia scum with an escalation, right?
Yes, okay, so because this is what happens. So I didn't escalate. Don't roll your fucking eyes at me. I did not escalate.
I'm not rolling your eyes, sorry.
Yeah, you rolled your eyes.
No,
listen to me. I did not fucking escalate, and then other people escalated with me. Other people, like we were saying, they were fucking poking at me, trying to make me go crazy. And then eventually when I snap and I say that someone is scum, now that's evidence that I'm a bully and I'm the abuser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you should.
Those people.
I think that's like internet etiquette.
Unacceptable.
I think.
No, so when people bully you, you have to disengage. No, and when people bully me, I'm gonna stand up for myself.
I think that you do need to de-escalate situations. I think that is something that you inherently, as a internet connoisseur of some.
Okay, no, you keep saying that I was escalating. Okay, so I was defending myself and saying you're bullying me. And they continued to escalate, and I did not escalate. Me responding is not escalating. Me saying, you are bullying me. No, I did not do this. You're accusing me of this. No, I did not do that. No, this. And I'm just being like completely on his face. And then the more insults you throw at me, the more accusations and fucking insane shit that you say about me. And eventually I say that you're scum. And then you use that to retroactively say that I'm a fucking bully. No, you're like a fucking insane person. You're a bully if you do that.
I mean, yeah, I would say that we're bullies. That's fine. Yeah, I would say like, yeah, I think a lot of the internet commentary stuff, there is like a necessary trend of bullying. And I think that that's like kind of normalized. Is that good or bad? I don't really think it's that bad personally.
Okay.
But that's just my presumption. I'm seeing from you, you do think that that's bad.
It's
right?
something. One of the first videos that I made was called Chris Chan Was Abused. It's a shitty fucking video, and I might make like one day make
Stop
like
talking. No, right,
no,
so
it's a shitty video. It's a video. It's a shitty video because it's one of my first videos.
Right now, shut the fuck up. I am literally. There's one thing I'm gonna fucking tell you right fucking now. All right, and I'm being completely fucking serious.
I don't want people to look at that video.
No, this shit grind. No. I don't fucking care. This shit grinds my fucking gears because I do like you as a fucking person. Stop talking yourself the fuck down. All right, it's fucking disgusting. You are much more fucking valuable than you fucking think you are, and I'm fucking sick of this shit. I see it when you talk to Mr. Girl. I see it when you talk to everybody. You talk yourself fucking down, and it puts you into this fucking shit space where you don't think much of yourself, and then you fucking fall for this shit. It fucking pisses me off because I see myself. I did that to myself for fucking years. Stop talking yourself down when you talk to me, for God damn it. That's the only thing I fucking ask. Don't talk down your shit. You did it when you were younger. It was still good content based on who you fucking were. I'm not going to look at a fucking painter who's a fucking adult, who's gone to school, learned how to fucking mix paint and shit, look at his finger paintings as a kid and say that he was a fucking retard. You're not a fucking retard. Stop talking yourself down.
Okay.
Okay? I'm sorry. I just can't stand that shit.
No, I appreciate that, actually. I think I honestly, and even you, even you yelling at me like how because at first I wanted to say fuck you, but no, then like it kind of got through. So
yeah, I'm sorry.
No. But I mean, obviously, like that's some of that's. I think you're probably right, but obviously some of that's free from yourself. But I mean,
I think that I'm right for a lot of people. I think a lot of people online put themselves down because they look at other people and they shit on themselves. And then that detracts from them actually doing the work that they want to fucking do.
Well, the thing about that video is it's just, it was what it was for when I did it. It was fine for when I did it, but like, I want to like do a new one. So, and the thing is like, I've gotten better at a decent pace, and my couple of newest videos are like way better quality. And so I feel like because I have so few videos, like I don't want people to like look at that and think that that's where I'm at.
People think you're a fucking sweet artistic little boy. Like, I don't want to say boy, whatever the fuck. I don't care. Fucking know. Okay, just like accept my fucking dumb ditch country speak. Okay, whatever the fuck it is. All right. The thing is, Smeth, people are looking at you. You got like you had a sad thing that you posted because you said you had like a moment, and that has blown up into this whole thing because at some point you just stop feeding the fucking trolls, my guy. That's all you need to do.
I know. Okay, well, you're absolutely right that I should stop feeding the trolls. And I don't respond to every fucking troll comment. But when someone like says something, especially if they're like a streamer or something, and it's like, well, now like I feel like, and then a streamer comments on it, and then more people have to fucking do it. And I've gotten followers from this. So I mean, it's not useless to engage, and but like I just need to like.
You need to chill out and just stop taking.
I don't respond.
You don't need to take yourself so seriously.
Right? I don't. I know people that take themselves more serious than me, but
yeah, I agree. His name's Will in his channel. All right, and like he absolutely takes himself far more seriously than you.
I like Will. I think Will is and he said this about himself.
He's trying.
No. The thing about Will is in the dichotomy of soy and Giga Chad, and he said this about himself. He's 100% soy, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But like everybody hates soy right now.
I don't think it's that. I think that the thing is, he is 100% soy, but he tries to portray himself as Giga Chad. He's trying to be somebody that he's not, right?
I don't know. I'm
looking
forward to what he does. I think
guy, if Mr. Girl released like a good video that wasn't just about some like neurotic obsession that he's had for a while and like starts to get into like
he just did one
some,
earlier.
Like, I mean,
it's like a 4-minute video. He just released it like an hour ago. It's like
I want to see the fucking hour-long documentaries. Okay, I know what like his best form is. Okay, and we can all agree about that. But he has like allowed himself by people bullying him, abusing him, whatever, to kind of reduce his form to whatever this is. That's not good necessarily, right?
Yeah.
And so here's the thing, right? Like, you know, there's one question I think that a lot of people want to ask is, do you see this as something you're going to convert into a profession?
Yes. Okay. But it might take forever. And like I said in that post, some of that post I was just like talking to myself. No, I mean, like I don't have a job right now, but if I have to, then I just will. Planning on moving soon. I'm just gonna get whatever shitty job I have to, and I'll just keep working on it. And I might never make a lot of money, but I'll probably make some eventually. And
you're gonna produce value for yourself, right? By doing these things, like you're making your art as a way to produce value for yourself, right? Like that's, for me, I think that art is expressing something that is an internal, that you can't express through normalized means of language or communications, right? Like that's how I view art. I think that there's something a little bit more internal to it, something that's a little bit more mysterious or guarded, like there's a veil over it, sort of, right? Are you producing art for commercial, or are you producing art for yourself?
Both. It's not just for commercial, because it's not just for myself. If I made art and only I looked at it, I wouldn't be happy with it. I make it for like certain groups. Like I made the AGP video for AGP people. It wasn't, I didn't make it just so I could look at it. I wanted it's not that I wanted it to be commercial for mass appeal, but I wanted it to reach a certain person, you know, certain people. And that's the kind of thing I find art to be, like you said, communication, and communication requires two people. You can't just talk to yourself. I don't get a lot out. I mean, I play the piano for myself and nobody hears it. I do that with the piano. I do that with my piano. That's what I do that with.
Okay. Yeah, I do the same thing with like.
So that's my hobby.
Right, but that's not necessarily a hobby. That's like the thing that drives you, right? Like that's like a goal. Like for me, like I practice like my occult stuff because like ultimately, like, you know, if on the off fucking chance I can escape like the material plane, exist forever, I'm gonna fucking like work on that. I think that it's like kind of a pipe dream. I don't think it's like necessarily true, but it's something that I do. That doesn't even make it necessarily a hobby for me. That's like a goal that I have, is that I want to flesh it out as much as I can to see if there's anything there, right? Now, when it comes to like the things that you're doing, you do, in my opinion, highly artistic content, right? And I think if you want my honest opinion on how to do things commercially, you need to produce stuff that is going to speak to you, because there are going to be other people that think like you do, right?
Yeah.
And I think this idea of like commercialization within like your function of art, it can appear to be a hobby if that's the words you want to use for it. But I don't think you should get harshed by other people calling it a hobby.
Like I'm way past this whole hobby thing. Like it's just,
sorry,
I just don't.
Roboted for a second.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me? I'm just.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm way past the hobby thing. I don't care. Like I don't think it's a hobby, but like I understand what other people are. I know what, when you say hobby, I know what you're saying. So I just. I've already said my piece.
I'm saying it is very reflective of what a lot of other people are saying, and I think that you're attributing some level of malice to them, right?
Yeah.
By them saying it, and then you're being a little obstinate when they say that about you.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think that like this obstination that you're going through has caused some of these issues, which have risen to become something that seems like it does consume you in a small ways.
So what do you mean consume me?
I feel like this has become so like you're doing this talk with me, then you have another person that you're going to talk about with cyberbullying,
Yeah.
right?
Same
After
thing.
this, right?
Yeah.
How many streams do you do a week on average?
So before right now I'm producing a video called the Destiny Report. Right now it's 45 minutes long. So since I've been doing that, one or maybe two, but mostly one. Before that, I was doing like 4 or 5 or 6 video like streams a week.
Okay. So like now that you're doing that, like you're not doing a lot of other things, right? This seems like something that is consuming a lot of what I think you enjoy streaming. I would be correct in saying that you enjoy streaming, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes.
So you're taking something that you very disenjoy, which is this whole conversation where some people levied some criticisms, and like you, rather than listening to what they said and understanding what they were saying to you, you are taking it through your lens of the word hobby, right?
Right.
And
No,
then
no, wait.
allowing that to hurt you.
No, wait, hold on. I'm saying that I think that people are using it as a put down. And if we come to the agreement, like I'm obstinate, that I think I just don't see that. I don't see.
Real quick? Just call me fat real quick. Just
You
do it.
fat, obese motherfucking.
Thank you.
Ball of what lard?
Okay. You are an airheaded, dumb little piece of shit who goes ahead and takes some things way too fucking literally sometimes. I still like you, right? You can call me fat, call me a tub of lard and all that shit, and still like a person. People
I absolutely am airheaded too.
Yeah, and I think you got pie in the sky fucking dreams and shit, buddy. Like that's
no. I'm also like ditzy. Like if I was a woman, I'd be like the
Stop saying, okay, all right. Ditsy's a good one. I don't know, that word fucking tingles. Anyways, I think that your reactions and the way you're presenting yourself make you seem a lot more fragile, right, than you necessarily are. You might even be fragile because I feel like you did take this as a personal attack.
No, wait. Wait. I'm saying that people, if when we come to the understanding that we're just using the word different, then there's no more conversation. But I think that people wanted me to be insulted, and that was the point. So, like, so I just think it was being used as a put down. I'm like, I'm fine just disagreeing.
I don't necessarily think it was even used as a put down as much as it was to get a rise out of you. Right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that's like what we do on the internet. Like realistically, even in the Mr. Girl report, right? The Destiny report, whatever. I just want to die. Even in that,
dude, you're telling me.
Okay, even in that, right? He's like saying like, I don't think anything bad should happen. I just think you should pay attention to this. It's like, guy, some people are just like calling out that like, hey, here's an issue, and maybe they're not like using a level of eloquence or like care when they're saying it, and then you're interpreting it wrong, right, in that sense. But like it's not like they're necessarily trying to cause harm. I do actually think that Mr. Girl did cause legitimate harm. Necessarily to Destiny, I don't know if I agree with that. I think to certain functions, like certain parts of discourse, yes. I think there is actually harm in the report that he did, just because I have like my own opinions there, right? But like this is the thing. It's like I think you're missing that Chud called you a hobbyist to describe like where you're at currently. You went ahead, called him an asshole, a bunch of other mean things that you don't stand by. As you,
I also put myself down, as you pointed out.
All right, we're moving forward, dude. I'm not Mr. Girl. I don't have the same conversation.
No, that should be to my credit because I put him down, but I put myself down too.
Yeah, but that's not good. It's like you shouldn't put yourself down. Like just if you're gonna Giga Chad and call somebody like names and shit, just Giga Chad, right? Like that's the point. You aren't nobody's a Giga Chad, nobody's a Giga Soy. You just you just go ahead and you're like, Giga Chat is, I don't give a fuck what you're saying. I'm going to say what I want. Gigasoy is, I give a fuck what you're saying. And I'm going to keep saying my thing and also like kind of get sad and shit a little bit about it. That's what Gigasoy feels. I call myself soy all the time. All right. Because I don't give a shit what other people say. And then it becomes chat. Right, because soy is like caring for other people in a ways, but like you can be Gigasoy and Giga Chat at the literal same exact time. They're not like exclusionary to one another, right? I think that you displayed fragility, and then when you displayed fragility, a bunch of people jumped in, and then you kept doing it, and then like now you've got like a bunch of people that are like, oh yeah, this is bullying, this is fragility, whatever, and then it's like kind of trying to, square both of those, like, circles, dude, where it's like, man, I don't really think this is that big of a deal. I think that, like, it's like one of those where, one, get rid of fucking Twitter Blue so you don't make long fucking posts, all right? There's a reason why 140 to 240 characters is great, because that's like, what, like...
I do that all the time.
80 words?
This time I had a lot more to say.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You don't. You like, brevity is the soul of wit. Right? Like you can say a lot by saying very little.
I know.
Right?
And I didn't.
Okay.
I said a lot by saying a lot.
Okay. But no, you said a lot by saying a lot. But when you say a lot by saying a lot, you add in vectors of attack that people can attack you for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a vulnerable guy, and if that being vulnerable means I can get bullied, well, I think that that's a problem with the space and not with me. And so people are going to come and bully me, and I'm just going to point it out, and then it's going to make their fragile little, pathetic little fragile minds freak the fuck out because this fucking asshole just called me a bully. This is just how it's supposed to be. If you're vulnerable on the internet, you need to fucking shut your fucking mouth. If you're vulnerable on the internet, you fucking retard. Log the fuck off. Don't call me a bully. And so I'm just going to do that, and their fragile little mind is going to explode every time and make me look like a fucking genius to anybody with any intelligence.
Or they're not fragile. They just realize how their bread is buttered. And so they're going to do what butters their bread because that's how they make money, right?
Yeah, that's the difference between... I'm talking about just random people. Like when it becomes people doing it for money, then it's a different thing. Yeah
but the thing is, so like it's not just money, personal value, let's say value, right? Which is that I gain a lot of value from going and sitting down by the river, right? Looking into the river. I don't gain monetary value. I gain value in being able to sit there and watch the river because I'm able to perceive beauty, right? That doesn't mean that there's a monetary value there, but there is value nonetheless. And there are people who are going to gain value from it. By saying that they're fragile, you're going ahead and ascribing to them what your experience of this is, I personally think.
I am fragile,
right?
But I mean, I just don't, I want to be vulnerable on the internet. And it like, if that, I don't see making art without being vulnerable as an option.
Well, I mean, here's the thing is you can be vulnerable, but in the same moment on the internet, it's, I hate to say it, like real life art world, if you're vulnerable, you're gonna get attacked in the same note.
Yeah.
Right?
And I find that unacceptable.
And so here's the thing though, that's just what other people do. We have to allow other people the freedom to be as they are, and we just move on from it. Like the thing is, there's strength in vulnerability. There's strength in being able to express who you are, right? That's good vulnerability. Bad vulnerability is allowing other people who express things to inhibit the way that you are, or to change the way that you act.
Yeah, so but you're saying that I should be less vulnerable to protect myself.
No,
the thing you want me to do is me changing myself. What I'm doing is I'm not going to change myself. What you're telling me to do is change myself.
What I'm trying to tell you to do is just plod forward and not give a fuck about what people say. That's what I want you to do, because I think that is inherently the function of the artist. I think that the one thing that I in this conversation that frustrates me is you saying that like you're producing art to be viewed, and I think that that's not the point of art. I think that you have my opinion,
we have a difference in opinion of art. So I think that your opinion of art, I think it's wrong. If it's not my opinion, it's wrong. I'll hear it.
It's not your opinion. It's wrong. Why do you think my opinion of art is wrong?
Because you said my opinion is wrong.
Okay. Well, that's fine. But why? Well, I think that your opinion of art is wrong because you're producing art that doesn't feed the soul. I think art is feeding the soul rather than art is feeding the ego.
I think that I think that my art only means something if it has an audience. If I write a poem, okay. Okay, here's a process that I apply to a lot of different artwork. It's some famous writing critic, he said, "Kill your darlings." And it means, what this means is when you're writing, sometimes you have sentences or themes or some fucking thing in your writing that only means anything to you. And when someone else reads it, it's just like extra clutter, and it ruins the artwork because it ruins the ability for you to express something to another person because you're only speaking to yourself. And I think that true art is something that can express something to other people. And without other people, I don't think that, like, if I was alone, then I wouldn't be making art. I might be like, playing with things, or, I would play music for myself, I guess that's making art, but like I do that with the piano. And for me, the art is part of the conversation and the interaction with the audience. That's what it is for me. I don't have, you know what, your definition of art isn't wrong, but it's wrong. The only thing that's wrong about your definition is if you're saying I'm wrong.
I'm saying that the way that you internalize and externalize art is, I think, diminutive to what art is through my definition of art. And I think that there is no such thing as true art. I think art is a general catch term that we use. All right. So we've got like 4 minutes, and then I want to let you go ahead, continue on with this and everything, because I think that we've touched on a bunch of stuff. I'm going to ask you this. If YouTube isn't a hobby for you, what would it be?
Ambition.
Okay, do you want to define that? Like, do you want to elaborate a little bit? Just let, I think.
Okay, earlier you said that you want to do your occult stuff and it's not a hobby because it's like a goal, or it's your, I would say like an ambition or something. And it's just, that's the same thing for me. It's just like a definitive part of me. I watch, like, when I see hobby, I don't think of someone's hobbies as what define them. I think their hobbies are what they do for fun and their pastime, and their hobbies can be like, come and go, and it could be whatever. But it doesn't, like, this is like a committed like goal. So
I think that you're saying that you're doing this for yourself, but you're also not doing it for yourself. I think that there is like a slight bit of
that's no, to me, that's what art is.
Okay.
The definition of art that some people have is like, oh, like so there was someone in my Discord that was pissing me off, and he was like freaking trolling with this, but he was saying that making art for money is cringe, and I just don't agree. I think
SB's face.
I don't. No.
Okay, cool. Because
there's a lot of people fucking say this though. A lot of people say this.
Yeah.
And yeah. I just don't agree. I want to express myself in a way that means something to other people too, and that is what I want to do with my life.
I want you to do to be what you are, damning the rest of the world, and I want you to take that, because I think that you are doing intriguing pieces, both visually, aesthetically, and within even like a form of interlocution, right? Like the way you're talking or whatever. I think you're an interesting guy. I want you to give a fuck less about what people say about you. And I want you to just, I want you to be, I don't want you to be because.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing though. It's because I don't see it as a hobby. The thing is, like, in the video that I'm making, I have a part where I literally say this. I'm going over something Destiny said to Lav in DMs, and he tells her that she needs to stop caring what so many other people think. And I'm like, I fucking agree. This is great advice. Like, he says something like, write down the list of people that you care about, and those are the only people whose opinion should matter. And I agree, except when it's like a brand. Like I was trying to say this to someone earlier, like it's different when you're just like a random person on the internet fucking around. And I would say that's more like a hobby. But when it's like, this is my brand and like, this is my project, it's like, no, okay, well, no, it doesn't, I don't even give a shit what you think, but I'm still going to have to, I'm going to address what you say. And eventually maybe it'll piss me off because I'm just so vulnerable and sensitive. Maybe I need to be better at protecting myself, but I still have to engage, and I probably will. But I mean, I should care less, but.
I mean, I think you should too, but only because I can look at these things on stream and be like, Smethy boy, no, and like I can just like, do my like little bit like because like, you know, I can do my Twitter blue was a mistake, right? Like that's like ultimately like a part of this, right? I think you should do whatever you're gonna do. I think you should give a fuck. I think you should care less, and I think that, you know, at some point you just let people fucking talk because it's all you can do. You know, that's I think that's how you become yourself. At least for me, I see that reflection of somebody who was like very much would listen to everybody, take things harshly, still do it at times.
But here's the thing, I don't
reflection, and I move past it, and now I'm just doing me, and I feel fucking amazing. And I think that I see that, and I don't know, I kind of want to instill that a little bit if I can.
Definitely you screaming at me about not putting myself down, that actually is going to get through, but I don't think the other part's going to get through. I don't well, maybe it's I don't know, I don't fucking know. I know that I need to not engage sometimes. I know that I need to not engage sometimes. It's just but I also do need to engage sometimes, and it's not like a personal thing. It's like, but it becomes personal, and I need to have some kind of emotional boundaries there, you know. That's the thing.
I'll say this, Smeth. I've always intended to be a virus, and I will infect you as I infect.
Yeah, you're like a Satanist. Were you a Satanist or something?
I'm everything, dude. I don't have form or meaning. I don't even know if I exist. I'm working on a project about the self, and I'm going to use it to go ahead and dismiss all things because I just don't even know if people exist. But that's like a whole separate thing. All right. Last words on the talk. I've enjoyed this conversation thoroughly. Sorry for getting heated.
No. That's the best part of this conversation.
Okay. Fair enough for you. I mean, maybe for you, I don't like being that way because I know who the fuck I am.
Don't put your fucking self down.
No, I can literally say that this.
Don't you fucking put yourself down.
I can say this is the thing I don't like, and I can do better about it. And if I put into work the actions, so I'm not screaming at people all the time. Based. All right, last thoughts. Let's go.
Look forward to even though you are sick, everybody's sick of the Destiny Report shit. Everybody wishes that Max made a video, and the video I'm making is going to be very entertaining. It's very high effort, fucking high, like a lot of hours, and it's going to be really good. And it's going to be very entertaining. Even if you hate me and you hate everything I'm saying, you're still going to fucking want to keep watching.
I think that it will be aesthetically pleasing, and everybody's going to watch it. And when people start coming at you for it,
oh, they will.
You can add your way through it. We can have a talk again after that. All right.
Okay. All right. Make sure you scream at me then too. Really.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch. Guy. All right. I'm in a fucking business. I know what fucking butters my bread. All right. I know what I'm gonna have to do. Okay. Let's be fucking real here. Do what you're gonna do. Give less fucks about what other people say. I enjoyed the conversation. I'm sure I will talk to you again soon.
All right. Talk to you again. Okay. And now I'm going to call Ollie.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hell yeah. I don't have a camera, so it's just going to be voice for me.
Cool. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. How is the can you just say like 1, 2, count to like 5, count to 7.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
5, 6, 7.
Okay. Just testing the levels. All right.
Cool.
Should be okay.
All right, and chat, let me know on my end if there's anything I gotta change, like sound wise. I'm still learning the ropes on some of this tech shit.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, we can talk about whatever. I was worried about. Okay, so you made a tweet, because I think you made this tweet in response to me. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was a bit of a subtweet. I'll admit to that.
Okay, so that's why I was saying what I said, because I was only talking about you because I was trying to defend myself, because I thought you were using yourself as by way of comparison. So you said something like you said that one time you like made a video and like Chud like roasted it, and then you didn't like be a baby about it like I was. I was about something stupid like.
Yeah, sort of. So basically, like, I had DM'd him like a video of mine that I had made at the time. It was on like an old channel and all that shit, so it's like you can't really find it anymore. You might be able to find Loner Box's reaction to it, but that's about it. I basically sent it to him saying like, "Hey, you might enjoy this. Give it a watch." I didn't expect him to reply or anything like that, and he ended up replying. You know what I mean? He was like, "Cool, I'll watch it on stream." He watched it on stream, and like, his chat like had a pretty mixed response. There were a lot of people that were like roasting me, saying I would like sounded obnoxious, all that kind of shit, and it sounded like a similar experience to what you, Mr. Girl, and maybe even Will would consider abusive, and I've never seen it like that ever. And so it was very like.
But what did Chud say about the video?
He gave feedback here and there. I don't think he was like a huge fan of it, but I also think that like our senses of humor are like very different. So I didn't see the like dislike of my video as like some sort of personal attack against me. I saw it more as like just like criticism of the content that I sent him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't. You missed the conversation I just had, but I don't think that Chud was making a personal attack against me. I think I was being insecure.
Fair.
But
what makes you say that?
Well, okay. I just fucking had this whole conversation, but I just.
Oh, my bad. Not. You don't have to relitigate all of it. Just give me like the TLDR.
I stand by that. I just don't agree with what hobbyist means. It means something different to me, and I put myself down in that tweet too, and I was just trying to say that we're like not the same, but I was mean, and it was an embarrassing schizo post, but also people seem to fucking love it, even though they loved to like hate it or whatever. But I guess certain type of people fucking need shit like that. I guess I don't know if that's good to do to myself, but it's not.
I mean,
but yeah,
nobody like quote unquote like, okay, as far as hate goes on the internet and like getting, you know, shitty comments and stuff, you don't ever need to put yourself out there as like a like feeling like you're obliged to like give people something to hate. They will find something to hate. Every week on Twitter it's like something different, right? So as far as that's concerned, like, you know, don't ever feel like you have to do that. When I read your post, it definitely came off as like very defensive, which like I had just watched the video that you were responding to, and it didn't even sound like Chud was really trying to.
Okay, he wasn't. Okay, this is.
Mean, but, you know.
This, yeah, he actually was not trying to be mean at all, and I was being insecure. And the reason I was being insecure is because I've seen him use the same thing, calling people hobbyists, but like to totally put them down because he there's some drama going on, and like somebody's like saying something, and he's like, let's go take a look at their fucking channel, and they'll look at their like subscribers, and they'll look at their like numbers, and he'll be like, this person doesn't even have any fucking like why are they even fucking talking? They're just a hobbyist. And so having seen him do that a bunch of times, and then when I saw him doing it, that's why I freaked out. And I was being insecure, and I was being a dick, and I think all of these things can be true at the same time. And I also still feel the same about the word hobbyist, but I mean, I don't think that I don't think I should have gone so fucking aggro about it.
no, I mean that's fair. What's like your deal with the word hobbyist?
I just fucking had all this conversation.
Sorry.
I don't care. Like I just think that a hobby is something that you do in your pastime for fun, and it could be anything. It can change, and it is not the like. I think that if you are doing something like a committed thing with like long-term goals, with like that you're like revolving your entire life around, I don't think that's a fucking hobby. I think that calling something like that a hobby is just being dismissive because you're to define everything by how much money you make like is just unless you're making money it's a hobby. That just seems totally dismissive.
I mean, I guess I can see that. I definitely didn't want to like just come here to run defense for Chud. Like, you know, obviously he can defend himself. I was more curious about like your response to my like my tweet when you kind of said that I was like a victim of something. That's
right, because no,
curious.
okay, but what no, you're the one who said victim, and then I just said okay, yeah, you're a victim, because that's what you the way you define it. But I was just biting the bullet. Do you have the tweet?
Yeah, sure, I can pull it up real quick. Let's see here.
Because I don't think I would have just said that you're just a victim. Like
no, I think what
I don't think going up to people and telling them that they're a victim is like a
yeah, you don't
good thing to do.
That kind of thing. What I said are you going to tell me what I did / didn't learn from a situation because you seem to have a stake in me being seen as a victim here, and then you said you were a victim though. So it seems like you were confirming something that I had a suspicion about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, so the reason I have a stake in you being seen as a victim is because you're comparing yourself to me.
Was I comparing myself to you?
Yeah, the reason you made the post is because you thought, and you just first thing you said was that you find these things similar. You think it's similar. That situation is similar to me, to Mr. Girl, to Lav. I don't know who but like yeah, you're giving the story by way of comparison. So that's the reason that I had a stake in it.
Yeah, that's fair. So, like, if you see me as like a victim, or you have a stake in me being like,
I don't know if you're a fucking. I don't even know what you're talking about. That was irresponsible of me to say, but I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a retard.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like from what I did say, then what would you like frame it as now? Like, if it's not really like a victim thing and all that, like. What do you think you took away from that?
I think that it's totally fine for people to review your content and for people to react to your content. I had the fucking other panel like react to content. Like it's the world we live in. It's the world I want people to react to my content. You want people to react to your content. That's just the world we live in. But if you if someone like defames your work or whatever, then like so nobody's watching your video and you give it to someone to watch and they watch it, but then they like I don't know what he fucking said. I don't know what like.
Yeah, I mean like that's the unfortunate part about like the example I gave, is that like there really is no like trace left over of that incident. Like, not that I would call it that, but like just like that the entire interaction, the way I kind of like got to know Chud, a lot of that isn't really like on.
I don't think he people
like, dig through VODs for that shit. You know what I mean? But,
people are characterizing me like I'm saying like I as if I have the opinion that if Chud watches someone's like video and they're smaller than him, he has like I'm entitled for him to like be nice or like not be like no, and I don't fucking think that. Like I said, like it's totally fine for him to call me a hobbyist. Like, and I was just being like really defensive and insecure, but I'd still stand by what I said. It just, do
you have the tweet of what you said? I can pull it up if you don't.
Yeah.
It like you went pretty hard after his content too.
I only said shit about his content that he said about it himself.
Oh, okay. So wait. I wouldn't actually be surprised if he called his own content like trashy and tabloid and that type
Yeah,
of thing.
he knows
Yeah.
that. That's what it is. It's like that's why that's how he's making his fucking money. He knows what it is. That's yeah. I mean, I was just trying. I was being mean, but I was just trying to compare. Like, I feel like calling me a hobbyist is him comparing himself to me, but I don't think that we're doing the same type of thing. So
I would definitely agree with that. What do you think like the differences between your content and his content? I guess I'm curious.
He does content where he can stream like way more, like because he is doing react content, he can just always get on stream and find something to react to. He can like set a schedule or whatever. Me, I want to always have prepared or planned content. Like we plan to talk and we're doing that now. And so I've been streaming less so I can make a video, but it's just it's not like the same thing as like what most streamers even do. Most streamers just get on the stream and like then figure it out from there. But I want to have it all figured out before I go on the stream to some extent. And I mean, like I set them all my streams up and have like I spend like, you know, up to a couple hours or sometimes just 30 minutes, but like usually about an hour on like a thumbnail every fucking time. Like, or I'm getting like faster and shit and like better, but like I spend fucking times on everything and
you plan it out a little more.
Yeah, and so I just don't think it's the same, and I don't think that it's the same like market even. I think that the kind of content that I do is the kind of content that people will probably react to more. But I think it's just a different thing.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I'm mainly like right now what I'm trying to do is like just kind of feel out where you're at with your channel and kind of like I'm trying to kind of like get in the head of Smeth, you know what I mean? So, shit, I had something I was gonna ask. When I put out that thread, part of it was like a subtweet, but it was also like kind of a response to some of the more general drama I've seen in like Twitch polls. So a lot of the like accusations of abuse coming from like Lav and Mr. Girl and those types of people. That is also like something I was kind of taking into account. So it wasn't exactly like just a direct thing at you. It was also just I said
Chud
in, like, the second tweet.
Chud didn't abuse me. Chud didn't abuse me.
Yeah, I'm not talking just like specifically Chud. I'm talking like or not even like specifically you. I'm talking like more in general, the whole like discussion of like abuse in online spaces, especially like online politics spaces. That's like something else that I was kind of thinking about when I was writing that thread. And it seems like you've been pretty active in the conversation that's been going on about like that whole topic, especially with you like being closer to Mr. Girl than, you know, I am, especially. Like it seems like you definitely have a stake in that like more broader conversation. So as far as like the general discussion of like abuse in Twitch poll, like what would you say like your baseline stance is on that?
Okay. So I think, like I said earlier, to Rez, I think that I had an epiphany earlier that I think that Max made an error. I don't know if anybody would have fucking made it. I don't think it would have made any fucking difference if he had done it. I don't fucking know. But I think that he made an error in calling it abuse, and I think what he should have been calling it was bullying. And I think that there's absolutely a really strong culture of bullying. And if you call it out and you call it abuse, because bullying is abuse, then because bullying only, like the definition of bullying is, let me fucking get my thing out. To seek harm, intimidate, or coerce someone perceived as vulnerable. That is the first definition that comes up when you Google it. And if you're vulnerable online and you're vulnerable in the fucking Twitch politics or all this shit, then people are going to come at you and exploit your vulnerability and milk you. And if you call them out as bullying or being abusive, then that is you being more vulnerable, and it makes them do it even more. And I think that that's like literally like unacceptable behavior. I don't like doing that is like fine, but earlier what I said is like people that I think that people that like are Kiwi farmers should be, there's no law against doing what Kiwi farmers do, but they should be in prison. There's no law against doing like the people that like trolled Chris Chan and shit. They broke some laws, but those people should be in fucking prison. And we just, because it's not illegal and anything fucking goes on the internet, it's all acceptable. But I think this bullying mentality where you're just expected to be a bully and allowed to be a bully. If anybody stands up for themselves, that makes them more of a target, is fucking insane. And that's what I think.
I will not deny that there are a lot of people online that will pick on people like Chris Chan, who are clearly, you know, like not in their right mind. And
I think Lav was a Christian. Lav was a lol cow.
So that's definitely something I disagree on. Chris Chan was like visibly, like through his behavior, you could tell that he was physically and mentally, like, well, not physically, but like mentally, like severely disabled. I would not consider Lav somebody who's like severely disabled by any stretch of the means. I think she's like fully aware of things that are going on in this space. You can tell because she comments on them like so much. That's like one thing that I would say is a huge difference between Lav and Chris Chan. I will say that, like, to some extent you have to differentiate between weak and vulnerable people and people who stupidly continue to engage in something that they know is bad for them, right?
Yeah, but it's bad for them. It's bad for them because people are gonna like bully you harder if you engage. So it's like, so if you stand up for your, like, the argument is, well, we need to just log off and stop standing up for yourself. Just fucking take it. You fucking pathetic, like, fucking take it. It's like, no, like, why should people fucking have to take it? That's the, like, you're blaming the victim every fucking time. Like, why is the culture that we always blame the victim whenever someone gets fucking bullied on the internet? And in regards to, they're absolutely different. Lav and Christian are absolutely different. She's not fucking retarded, but the thing about Christian, because I made a fucking video about this forever ago. The thing about Christian is, and there's probably like, I don't know, like 1,000 comments, in that, I don't know, 500 to 1,000, somewhere fucking between there on that Christian video. Most of them are people defending the fucking harassment and bullying and like abuse of Christian, saying that he deserved it because he was such a horrible person. And that's the same thing that people say about Lav, and they say that she deserves it. And when people fucking bully you and it makes you like freak out and lash out and become like a monster and like start doing crazy shit, then they're like, see, they're a fucking monster. They do deserve everything that's coming to them. And that's what happens every fucking time. And that's the cycle. When people say that Lav is the one perpetuating the cycle, no, the people that are abusing her are the one perpetuating the cycle.
So I get what you're saying. I think I disagree though. Give me a second to just like rewind a little bit. When you're talking about Chris Chan versus Lav, right? And you're talking about like a cycle being perpetuated, you have to take into consideration that with Chris Chan, I'm probably going to be a little bit more charitable towards Chris or Christine or whatever they go by now, because like I said before, they're mentally disabled, right? Lav fully knows what she's doing when she continues to engage. When you're talking about standing up for yourself or just taking it, logging off is neither of those things. Logging off is a secret third option where everything just goes quiet and you don't have to deal with it anymore. If the way that a certain group of people is interacting is not for you, and this has happened to me in the past where I've been in like I've ran in certain circles where the way they socialize just did not work for me. And so I could either criticize the way they socialize in those circles, and I still do to this day. I will criticize the way certain people socialize, but ultimately it's up to me to make the decision whether I want to either assimilate into the social group or if I want to leave and find a social group that more suits my needs, right?
Okay, yes.
So if Lav and Twitch poll doesn't, if those two things don't mix, there's plenty of other spaces online that she can go to that might accommodate her more.
Okay.
And it seems like she's found that. You know?
Okay, yes, but here's the thing. So yeah, I agree that is something you have to do sometimes in real life and all that shit. But online, I don't think that like I'm entitled for for like I said earlier, like someone watches your video. I don't think that you're entitled for them to only say fucking good things about your video or anything. That's insane. I don't fucking think that. But what I do think is that you were entitled to fucking stream politics. And that doesn't mean that like people can fucking bully you off of the internet and like, oh, you're too sensitive to do politics. So why don't you fucking log off? Like so like I'm editing this fucking video, the Destiny report, and the last thing that I noted on the fucking video, I noticed that Dan had said to Lav at one point, she said that she was going to log off of the internet for like a week, and he's like, well, I thought he's like, so she's on Destiny stream, and he pops on, he's like, says something along the lines of, well, I thought that you said that you were going to be off until the 3rd, so I guess that's another fucking lie. Is nothing true that you say, huh? And the only reason to say anything about that at all is if you are if you care about her mental health and her well-being. But that's not what he did. He doesn't fucking give, in that case, Dan didn't give a fucking flying shit about her well-being or mental health. The only reason he was telling her to log off is because he hates her and he wants to he wants her to fucking get off the internet. He wanted to bully her off the internet. So when people say log off, they're not actually interested in your well-being and your mental health. They just want to fucking get you off the internet because they fucking can, because they're bullies. So telling you to take a mental health break, like when a bully tells you to take a mental health break, that's like, oh, well, they're right, so you should just log off the internet. No, fuck that. They should stop bullying you.
I mean, yeah, they probably should stop bullying you. Like that's always like the best option out of that. But I don't think anybody's entitled to somebody else's care. This is something.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Like,
They just don't fucking bully people. You don't have to care for people. Just don't bully them.
Right, but if somebody is saying, like, why are you doing this to me, like, why are you, etc., like, first of all, like, if we're talking about Lav, we have to acknowledge the fact that she has said equally vitriolic shit to everybody else as well, right?
She has, yeah.
So if...
Not equally, I mean, the amount that she's gotten is not proportionate to the amount that she's given.
Right, well, when you get on a larger person's stream, you have to account for the fact that you're going to get, like, some sort of pushback, and
also...
are not going to have the social skills to just
the shit people say about her is also just fucking asinine.
I will say that there are some people I've seen online that go a little bit too far. I've seen some like weird comments about Lav that I definitely don't agree with. Ultimately, though, like I don't know what else to tell you. If you engage in the space, you're gonna get like the reaction that you're gonna get. You know?
I know, and I don't like it. I don't think it's acceptable.
Yeah. So like, what's wrong with finding a different space then?
What? Because I want to talk about politics and shit. And I'm talking to you, and it's fine. So like, but like that, like, so someone's just gonna, like, I don't know. I don't think that you are entitled to bully me off of streaming politics on the internet. That just doesn't make sense.
It's their choice if you get bullied off, right?
No, it is their choice if they bully me, and it is my choice if, I don't know, like. I'm just not like, so the United States of America, great fucking country, they have a policy where they don't negotiate with terrorism, because once you start negotiating with terrorism, it opens the door where now terrorists are fucking have control over your fucking country and over your life. And I don't fucking negotiate with fucking bullies.
Okay, I mean, if you don't negotiate with them, then the best thing, like, the best non-negotiation would be to just, like, log off then, right? Because anything else would be a negotiation. Because anything else is saying, I want to be in the space, and I want you to, like, I want you to change something about you. That would be a negotiation.
So the thing they want me to do, like I said earlier, the bullies are the ones that want you to log off. That's their goal.
That's not their goal. I can guarantee you, people love to bully each other online. They enjoy it. They don't want you to log off. They want you to keep making content.
Okay, so they just tell you to log off to try to gaslight you into not logging off. Or not gaslight. They wanna
reminding you that you have an exit.
No,
that's what they're doing.
No, I think that they're trying to like, because they're the one that wants to hurt you, and they're the one that's telling you to log off. It makes it really hard to log off, because now the person that wants to hurt you is, why don't you fucking log off? Why don't you? It's like stop hitting yourself, huh? Like it's literally the same as stop fucking hitting yourself. It's just like, fuck you. People that do that shit need to be ashamed of themselves.
No, if I see somebody hitting themselves, I would tell them to stop hitting themselves. And when you continuously engage in something that you know is not good for your mental health, it is kind of like hitting yourself, you know? that's like a form of self-harm, right?
Yeah, well, every time you come to my stream, I take your fists and I make you hit yourself. Well, why don't you fucking stop it then? Why don't you fucking log off and don't... Every time that you make a video, we're gonna fucking, you know, like, we're gonna fucking dogpile you and like have all these It's just, I don't think that the hate, like, it's just, it should be embarrassing. It's just...
When it comes to hate online,
yeah.
There's different ways that you can see it. Personally, actually, I don't know if I knew you when this happened. But I had a tweet of mine that went like semi-viral. It got like 10,000 or something quote tweets of people basically dogpiling me because I said, if you don't dress masculine and you don't like do anything, but you call yourself transmasculine, then you're just lying to yourself. I was basically saying like there's a bunch of people out there, you know, doing the self-ID shit. It was like a trans take, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's two ways that could have gone for myself, right? I could have either you know, criticized the bullies for bullying me, because that is kind of what it was. I got people sending me like DMs of themselves like hurting themselves, that kind of thing. Like, it was wild. Like, I got some wild shit from that, right? I could have done that, but what I decided to do was like, okay, cool, I've got some like controversy here, let me just capitalize off it instead. So I made it a meme, essentially, like in my little like circle of friends. Like, I started celebrating how much people were quote tweeting it and joking about like, let's see if we can get it to like, you know, 11K or 12K or whatever quote tweets, right? And it became like a meme, and I basically like I turned it on its head and I made it into something positive for myself. That's a choice I made. I didn't get bullied off of the internet, but I very well could have gotten bullied off the internet through that entire ordeal. It could have made or broke me, essentially.
Right.
So when it comes to these like abrasive situations or these like confrontational situations in online, you know, politics or whatever genre of like streaming you're in, you do have a certain level of choice, and you do have a way of being able to flip something on its head to benefit you, ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of ways that this can happen. A lot of people, however, instead like to appeal to empathy, which is, I think, what turned a lot of people off from Lav, is the fact that instead of trying to capitalize it on in a way that would benefit her,
I think she did that
just
too.
Kind of made it everybody else's problem. You know what I mean?
No, I think she did both, and I think that people really, really made it her problem. Like, you know, tweeting at her fucking like husband, who's like a CEO, tweeting at her like husband's job, trying to like fucking dox her. Like, I think that people really, 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 really made it her problem. I think that
she mentioned her husband just as many times. Well, maybe not just as many, but
that's not true. That's not true.
She definitely has brought up her husband herself.
She has, yeah. No,
Yeah.
not as much. No.
That part is like definitely not right, but you get what I'm saying. It's like she's also brought up her partner, so if she doesn't want him in Discord, she should probably start by.
That's fucking insane. No, just like she, like the one thing, like that recent one where she said like all men are attracted to like 16-year-olds, and then she like from forever ago, and someone dug it up so that they could say that she was calling her husband a pedophile. That was like for fucking forever ago for any of this shit, and like. But like, as since she's been like fucking streaming, like, so she said that, but since she's been streaming, she has not fucking talked about her husband very much whatsoever, and it's other people that fucking bring him into this, and yeah, I just don't think even if she brings
dragged into this after years, so you know, sucks.
Okay, yeah, but what I'm saying is just because she said anything about her husband does not give you what you just said was because she mentioned her husband, it gives everybody a right to fucking harass their husband and like try to like get him like fired from his job and shit like that. No, in no way in hell does that make any fucking sense.
No, that's not what I said though. I didn't say that like that it justifies anything. I'm saying that like actions have consequences. You bring up your husband, people are going to take interest in your husband.
Okay, doesn't justify it.
Family members.
It doesn't justify it, but actions have consequences. Yeah, sure, yes, okay. I understand that bringing up your husband then when you have a shit ton of haters that like hate you and want to hurt you, mentioning your husband is a really foolish thing, because now they're going to be like, oh, like, what about her husband? How can we use this to hurt you? And so like being vulnerable while there are people actively trying to hurt you is dangerous and a foolish thing to do. And I understand that, but it doesn't mean it's okay for people to do that. And that's what I'm saying. And you're saying, I agree. Like you can make things like a meme or whatever. But something that I'm very passionate, and I'm just very passionate about the topic of bullying itself.
I mean, personally, like in my experience from some of the stuff I've dealt with, I actually find bullying to be a very easily like solvable problem. You can engage with the bully, or you can walk away, right? If you walk away, it's the easier route out. If you want a space in like how do I put it? If you want a spot in a space, whether it's an artistic space, a political space, online, whatever, you if you want that spot, you are signing yourself up for a potential battle to keep that spot, right? A lot of online shit especially is very like
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
I just don't think bullying is okay. You're saying you're signing up for bullying, and I'm saying you're not. I don't think that you are. I think that that's unacceptable, and it should not be allowed on these fucking platforms.
How would you monitor something like that, though?
I don't know.
Well,
But
yeah,
I think I'm gonna say well, you know what I can do? I can say that these people should be ashamed of themselves, and I can talk about it.
Yeah, I know you can talk about it and stuff like that, but you do have to understand that from their perspective, if you go in and you start scolding them about how they should be ashamed of themselves, it just emboldens them even more. So you're not really achieving your goal.
Yeah, because being vulnerable emboldens bullies.
I don't know
if
being vulnerable means saying, "Hey, don't do that," or "Hey, I don't like when you do that." That doesn't sound like being vulnerable. Like if
yeah,
I
it does.
were like, I don't know.
It is being vulnerable. Saying what you don't like, telling people what you don't like is exposing a vulnerability.
Right, but that's what people do when they react to content all the time, right? Is they like talk about what they don't like, and then they get back.
Saying what hurts you is telling people what hurts you is exposing a vulnerability.
Okay, I mean, I would say so, but when you tell people what hurts you, you're a lot of times if I were to go to RealSmeth and I were to say, "Hey, you said something and this hurt me," I'm kind of operating under the assumption that you care that it hurt me, and it does suck. I won't deny that it's not like a
right.
like kind of morbid part of humanity.
I understand. I understand.
You know,
I understand that the worst people, these like people, you know, they probably have like horrible fucking lives. They get on the internet and they just want to hurt people, and they don't care about you. They just want to get online and hurt you. I understand that they don't care about you, and I'm saying that them hurting you is not acceptable. What is that so fucking crazy?
Because the hurt that they cause is easily controllable from your end.
By what? Just logging off.
Well, I mean, it's not even that. You can block them, mute them, log off.
Yes, that's true. Those are true. Yeah,
you know?
These things are all true. Yes.
There's plenty of options that you can have that like, you know.
Yeah.
I will say this: surrounding yourself with people who will support you is definitely a very, very helpful thing. With some of the controversies I've gone through, the fact that I had like groups of people that were, you know, taking my side and kind of like helping me out definitely like did a lot for me mentally, you know. I wouldn't say that like it's the thing that got me through everything, you know, because like I consider myself like pretty mentally resilient to like, you know, online bullshit and all that, but there are steps that you can take to make the hurt less, you know what I mean? And it honestly, it pays off in the long run. It makes you feel invincible after a little while when you realize you could take a lot of this shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
As far as the shit, I feel like I was going to say something else to what you were saying there.
You're saying that people that get bullied, that freak out, they don't deserve it, but they're opening themselves up to get more bullied, so it's their fault. And I don't agree. I understand that's the world we live in, and I don't agree. And I should be more protective of myself, and that's true.
I don't know if it's so much about being protective as it is like, well.
I am. I don't usually. It was me tweeting at Chud is like so fucking retarded, and I made it and embarrassed myself. I've already fucking said this fucking shit ton of times. Usually, like, I remember a time when I had beef with Will and his channel, like way back in the day, and people were egging us on to like start doing like drama shit, and I was just like, no, and I didn't talk about it at all on my stream, and we never, and now I am, like we never fucking made, like, we hated each other for a moment there, and I just didn't make it a thing, and I'm perfectly capable of doing that, but and the only reason that this topic is coming up is because I'm talking about other people, and it comes up because I'm talking about Lav. I don't mind talking about like myself. Like I embarrassed myself with the fucking like hobbyist fucking Chud thing. And I mean, I'm obstinate about my definition or how I interpret it, but it's fine to have different definitions, and I don't fucking care. Chud was not being a dick. I was just being really insecure. But people, this whole conversation is now everybody's taking all of the Lav shit and they're putting it on me because I'm defending her and saying that bullying is bad. And it isn't even about me. It's about Lav. I'm just saying that like people bullying her is like, even everybody that bullies people online always says that the person deserved it every fucking time. And I just don't think that that's, and an eye for an eye is just a horrible, dumb philosophy. And just because you can get away with it, I don't think that it's okay. And I don't think we should like pretend that it's okay. And
I understand
it's not even about me.
I understand what you're saying about your criticism of an eye for an eye, right? But for as hard as you go against people who are bullying Lav, I feel like you should go hard on Lav for bullying other people as well. I remember some of the shit she said to Cherry and Not So Erudite, and I was like fucking shocked that shit came out of her mouth. Like, the stuff that she said to other people made me instantly dislike her before I ever even had a chance to like, you know, look at any of her other content that might have made me feel differently about her. She gave her first impression, and it was not a good one.
Yeah, here's something. That's something that we
with each other on social media platforms, which is what these things are for, is to like discuss things and have discourse. If the discourse is negative because of her own actions, then it's not so much about like she deserved this or that, but like what did the people she was attacking do to deserve her vitriol, you know?
Right. So you said you don't agree with an eye for an eye, but you do agree with an eye for an eye. So here's something we have in common.
No,
the things that here's something. Yeah. Here's okay. Yeah. So
somebody takes your eye, you can't cry about it. But an eye for an eye implies that you took somebody else's eye first.
Okay. What? Here's my fucking stream froze. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No, it's just my camera. Hold on.
It's all good, dude. Take your time.
Okay. Okay. Here's something that we have in common. The shit that Lav has said, you said made you hate her. It also made me hate her. Except you didn't. Okay, well, it made you think very negatively about her and like very poorly of her. Did it fucking do it again? It did it again. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on. Okay. Fuck. Why is it doing that?
What, freezing?
Yeah, my camera.
Damn. I'm so glad I don't do face cam right now. You still there?
Yep, I am still here.
All right, cool.
I'm still here. Okay. It looks like it's working.
Cool.
So Lav made me hate her too, and I've told her as such, and I've had these conversations with her about all the fucking things that I hate that she said. Is that I didn't fucking like go at her fucking husband, because I'm not an insane person.
Right. I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna argue that like the things that people have said about her husband are like okay. I think I've even seen Destiny say like, "Yo, like chill with the husband shit" or something along those lines. I think I've seen him like express like some problems about that, like you know people going after him. At the same time, when she keeps bringing him up, it acts almost as
no, you can't keep doing. You keep doing this. You keep saying, okay, it's horrible and it's unacceptable, and anybody with a right mind at all would say that they shouldn't be doing that. But she keeps bringing it up. But she keeps bringing it up. She keeps bringing it up. So how do you? No, so you can't fucking. No, I just we're having the same disagreement over and over, and I don't agree that justifies it. I think that's fucking retarded. I think it's insane.
Okay. Do you believe in responsible platforming?
I don't know. What does that fucking mean? What does that mean to you?
If I am a 1 million subscriber streamer, right? Every day I've got like at least 100,000 people on my stream, and I go and I say, I'm not going to talk about my husband, the guy that works at this company. I'm not going to keep talking about him. I really don't like that people keep attacking my husband because I keep talking about him, and I like really hate the fact that
I think yes, okay, I think that she was I think yes, you can. Yes, you can. I think that you doing that, yes, you can, and you should. I think you doing that is stupid, and being stupid doesn't justify people fucking trying to fucking hurt you. That's a horrible, awful opinion.
No, I think if you're going and you're publicly exposing somebody that you don't want other people to interact with, your best opportunity to make sure they don't interact with that person is by not publicly exposing them. That's on you. That's you.
I don't think she publicly exposed. No, that's not on you. No, it's not on you, and I think you're wrong, and we disagree, and let's fucking move on. I think that's insane.
No, I mean, we can work out the disagreement if
you want.
No,
we already disagree. We just disagree. There's no thing to work out. We disagree. I think that if...
Well, what's your reasoning?
I think that if... Okay, my reasoning is because if Lav says, I'm freaked out that people are harassing my husband, and you're saying, well, it's on you because you keep telling people that you're freaked out about it, and you keep talking about your husband,
no,
so
that's
people
not what I said. I didn't say it's because you keep telling people you're freaked out about it. I said that it's because you keep bringing up your husband, period.
Okay, yeah. So saying I have a husband and he has a job, and then people harassing you for that. Like, okay, you're stupid for doing that when there are people that hate you and want to hurt you. Yes, you're stupid, and I don't think that makes it okay for them to do that, and I don't think that makes it on you. I think that it's
I don't know why you keep
I think it's no. She is not doing harm to her husband.
When you publicly mention somebody on your stream and they get harassment for it, don't you think you have some sort of part in that?
Yeah, I do think that you are being irresponsible and it is stupid. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's harmful.
Mm-hmm. And
yeah,
and so do you think?
As bad as the people bullying.
Okay,
right?
so
why aren't you willing to admit that?
How about this? So like, here's another scenario. This is the equivalent. This is a metaphor that perfectly maps onto what you're fucking saying. So let's say that you don't know how to use a gun, but you open carry, and then you get mugged, and then someone shoots you with the gun. Well, it's your fault for having a gun. No, I think that people shouldn't fucking shoot you.
I don't think that maps at all onto what I'm
okay,
saying.
Well, I think it does, so...
All right, you gotta explain to me why you think it maps onto what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you have a large platform and you mention somebody and they get harassment because you mentioned them, that you carry some sort of responsibility on that. For some reason, you seem to be willing to downplay that, but you want to like focus specifically on the people who are going after her husband, even though she's the one who mainly brings him up.
She doesn't mainly bring him. She mentions him once in a while, and she doesn't say like, she just mentions like, I did this with my husband. My husband's this, like, I got a house with my husband.
Him implied in some pedophile accusations.
Yes, that's the one. Yes, I already mentioned. I already brought that up. It's the first fucking thing that I brought up. That she, way back, like even before she was even fucking doing any of this fucking streaming shit, she had like a TikTok where she said all men are attracted to 16-year-olds, and so you have to be wary of even your husbands, because even my husband could be attracted to 16-year-olds. And so she was so somebody took that out of context and then said that her husband's a pedophile and said that she was calling her husband a pedophile. And yeah, I think it was stupid of her, and I just think that she has said a lot of stupid, irresponsible things, and that doesn't justify people using those things to hurt her. And that thing that we're talking about has happened way after all of the harassment of her husband before that.
Right. My main point.
So you're retroactively using that to justify all the other shit.
Well, no, if you have an online career, listen, okay, I'm a 70 subscriber Andy, right? I do my best to never bring up like anything about my family that I don't want people to go back digging through later on down the line. It's just like, if you don't want something made public, don't make it public. It's that simple. If you want something to be made public at some point and then later you don't.
The thing that she made public was that she has a husband and she thinks all men are attracted to 16-year-olds. Those are the things that she made public, and then somebody used that to make it look like she said that her husband was a pedophile when she wasn't saying that. So I think that you're fucking wrong. I don't think that she's made things maybe on Discord she has said like things about her husband, like I don't know, like that, like let people like figure out who he was. I think that that's probably true, but I like so and that's irresponsible. Does that justify anything? No. I think that she's stupid and irresponsible.
I know, but
that's what I think.
You're characterizing one person in this situation as stupid and irresponsible, and the other side as bullies and harassers.
Yes.
And I feel like that this is like vastly disproportionate.
So did she call her husband a pedophile? No.
I'm gonna be honest, Smeth. I don't follow the lav drama
that closely to know. She said that she thinks all men are attracted to 16-year-olds.
And she's married to one, right?
And she's married to, yes. So, no, I think that she didn't call her husband a pedophile. So, she didn't call her husband a pedophile. To a man and then other people.
All men are attracted to 16-year-olds, then she kind of is. Like.
Okay. Well, then it doesn't mean anything.
Say stupid shit if she doesn't want this shit to happen. Like, you know.
Well, I don't think it's stupid. I think it's fucking obvious. Like, every fucking man is attracted to 16-year-olds, and anybody says otherwise is fucking virtue signaling or lying.
Dude, I'm not attracted to 16-year-olds at all.
Well,
they're fucking annoying.
I think 16-year-olds are annoying too, and I wouldn't want to fuck one because they're really fucking annoying.
Yeah, but they're attractive to you.
Fuck you. I'm going to end the call. It was great talking to you.
Good talking to you too, Smeth.
You piece of shit. Fuck you. I'm not gonna do it, Ink. All men are attracted to 16-year-olds, obviously. If you go back in time, about like, you know, fucking 300 years ago, people were fucking women even fucking younger than that. And in most ages, the age of consent is fucking 16. Why would we have it at 16 if fucking men weren't attracted to 16-year-olds? But you shouldn't have sex with a 16-year-old. You should probably wait until someone's well over 21, because people under the age of 21, I think, are not capable of consenting. Obviously, they're fucking retarded. But if you ignore the fact that we biologically are fucking attracted to people that are well into puberty, then you're just being a virtue signaling asshole, and you're preventing anybody from having any reasonable understanding of human condition. So that's what I have to say about that. And it's just kind of obvious on its fucking face. Yeah, we need laws to protect people, because men are attracted to 16-year-olds and they shouldn't fuck them. So that's why we made it illegal. Have a good night, everybody. Go snort some crystal Smeth.